my own journey with TCP/IP began when I was a grad student at RPI in upstate New York in the mid '80s. I worked in a group that eventually that group became what was called the NYSERNet, New York State and Educational Research Network. Very, very fortunate to have worked with a bunch of good people. The reason I was invited here by Maylin today was actually different. She asked me to talk about how TCP/IP came to Singapore. I'm originally from Singapore, and I had been a grad student, and I learned an awful lot. I'm not sure how much of you heard about my speech just now. Yeah, so you've got that right. So we had a whole vision of actually connecting a lot of different types of computers together so we could share data. I mean, today it's just passé. It's just, but back then it was very, very difficult. And there was.
Do you have any idea of what you were working on at the time? I mean, the significance and the impact and what it meant?
Yeah, so we actually managed in 1 year to, bring in an IBM PC and actually get it to query information from a VAX computer and a whole bunch of other machines, including the Tata LXC Super Mini computer. It was a lot of custom software because abstractions that you take for granted today, I'm not sure how much technical language I should go into, but SQL. I mean, SQL is something everyone takes it for granted, but we did not have SQL. We did not have SQL back then. So we had to write a lot of stuff and invent it and wrap it around the tools that the early vendors provided. And you may have heard me say these are unsung heroes. Most of those companies have disappeared. So I mentioned FTP Software that was started by John Romkey and Wollongong Group, and Dave Crocker was here. He was the engineering director. We worked with all those guys, took their software in and put wrappers around it, glued it together, stuck it, made it work. It was a lot of fun. It was an incredible journey.
How can we inspire the next generation of communication protocols and get kids to do what you did to take it further?
Wow. Now you floored me. That's a tough one. I want to, again, maybe bring in Vint and the personal qualities that Vint has actually brought to the stage. The humility, the gentlemanliness, the courtesy, because that's what made rough consensus and running code a reality. Because if you've been at one of those meetings and if you see how that kind of rough consensus is achieved, it takes an enormous amount of give and take and patience and willingness to listen. And, geeks like us, we tend to be a bit arrogant, and our way is always right. It's watching that whole process. Now, when I look at the next generation, I think that's what. Hopefully, that torch is passed on, and that they can actually get together as in groups and do that kind of open collaboration that was just magical.
That's fantastic. What's your prediction for the future of the internet? Just give me that in a sentence.
Oh my God. The future of the internet. I think the future is now. I mean, I'm sorry, it's a cop-out, but no, I don't have any crazy predictions, but I think the future is now. It's just seeing so many things that it's just, I am the last guy I just bought my iPhone yesterday. I'm the last holdout, right? I mean, there's just been too much technology, and I'm just taking things in my slow stride these days. But yeah, the Internet of Things, and there's a lot of hype. Some of it will become reality, and I think it's hard to foresee. Stuff is just being embedded.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for sharing your comments.
Thank you very much.